Yeah, get mad at me. Oh yeah. Brothers and sisters, man, I got a little link right there for you. Say that's YouTube. Hold on. You're acting funny. Give me 1 second. Copy. All that bright light out my face. I can't stand it. All right. Paste. Bang. So you're gonna want to hit that second link, not the first one. The first one is to Nipsey Hustle. Okay, double up. You might not want that one, but you're gonna want the second one. And we're gonna pull up there real quick. Bang, 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 bang. And it's called a season of giving. Okay, this is a season of giving, but you know I'm gonna give y'all a brief rundown of the Christmas history. Celebrated a holiday on December 25th. Sacred and religious to some individuals. Commercial phenomenon. Okay, skip. Early Europeans celebrated light and birth in the darkest days of winter. Stop right there. Boom, boom, boom. Winter solstice, right? I'm just going to skip on down. I'm going to read something to y'all. Saturnalia and Christmas. In Rome, where winters were not as harsh as those in the north, Saturnalia, a holiday in the honor of Saturn, the god of agriculture, was celebrated, beginning in the week leading up to the winter solstice and continuing for a full month. Saturnalia was a hedonistic time when food and drink were plentiful and the normal Roman social order was turned upside down. Okay. For a month, enslaved people were given temporary freedom and treated as equals. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? For a month, enslaved people were given temporary freedom and treated as equals. Let's go ahead and keep on skipping down. Is Christmas really the day that Jesus was born? Obviously not. In the early years of Christianity, Easter was the main holiday. The birth of Jesus was not celebrated. In the 4th century, church officials decided to institute the birth of Jesus as a holiday. Unfortunately, the Bible does not mention a date for his birth, so how could you celebrate Easter? Although some evidence suggests that his birth may have been occurred in the spring, I'm going to tell you why they pick Easter, okay, or Ishtar. Number one is because he was killed around the time of the Passover. Right. When is the Passover? In the month of new corn. When is that? Normally April or March. Throwing that out there. Now let's go ahead and keep going. Unfortunately, the Bible does not mention date for his birth. A fact Puritans later pointed out in order to deny the legitimacy of the celebration. Although some evidence suggests that his birth may have occurred in the spring. Why would shepherds be herding in the middle of winter? No, it was during the time of harvest, y'all. Let's go ahead and keep talking. Pope Julius I chose December 25th. It is commonly believed that the church chose this date in an effort to adopt and absorb traditions of pagan Satinalia festival. First called the Feast of Nativity, the custom spread to Egypt by 432, clearly after the time of the Romans and all other great civilizations, and to England by the end of the 6th century. We're done right there. I needed to read that to y'all. You can go ahead and read the rest to yourselves and get it all into your heads, into your minds. The point being this, the season of giving. Right now, as I look out the window and it snows, right? So-called white Christmas, because they so badly want to fuck the weather up and force people to accept what it is that they think the day should look like. Number one, I just read to you that the reason why Easter is a holiday to them, even if you wanted to say it's because of Ishtar or Ashtar, I could claim that's not even true. I could say it's because if you pick up the New Testament, which I'm not going to do, and read it, and read that he was killed not too long after what? The feast of the so-called Passover. Right. which is when? In the month of new corn, which is when? In late March, early April. Come on, let's talk about it. They chose this day because of what? Because of the Romans. Who are the Romans to the Israelites, y'all? But a group that came in because Judas Maccabees invited them. Oh, we're going to talk about the season of giving. Okay. Season of giving starts with Judas Maccabees and the Maccabean Revolt. And if you don't know nothing about it, we're not going to read it today. You can go down, you can search my catalog and just look for it. Guess which videos they are, because I don't know, because I'm not going to say I don't care, but I don't care. I did the work already. It's out there. The Maccabean Revolt led to the season of giving that you're talking about right now. How? Say Meech. Because the Greeks were the oppressors. That's right. If you actually decided to ever pick up a Septuagint and read what they call the Apocrypha and understand the book of the Maccabees and the historical context that it lays with itself within, it tells us that Judas Maccabeus not only invited the Romans, but sought the Romans out. The season of giving, huh? He gave the Romans their free passageway into Jerusalem because of what? That's right, because he was afraid to fight with the Romans. See, if we don't talk about these things, how can I talk about anything else? These are the buildups, these are the things that get us to the point that we're supposed to be at. Judas Maccabeus led us here. So let me speak on to why the season of giving is the way that it is. So-called season, because every season I give. I don't hold back the alms from the poor, and I don't hold back what it is that I can say or do for someone, an actual physical work, right? Like helping somebody move or carrying groceries for an elderly person, whatever, because you don't know what I do. Having said that, a man, so-called, an individual for sure, thought upon himself to invite into his nation they who would be conquered by the same very individuals that they used to conquer that nation. Come on. The season of giving. Don't nobody know, because they don't understand the history. It's not my fault that they don't get it. It's their own fault that they don't get it. Because the same time they spend on TikTok or on YouTube listening to individuals entertain them, they could be entertained or they could entertain the idea of being learned and taught by the same information that I have absconded, stolen, retrieved, procured, and will now provide this information from, because it is not mine to have. It is the entire earth's to have. And I am merely repeating what is a known fact, a truth to us all. If Satinalia is indeed the day where in which the Romans, or the month where in which the Romans would allow their slaves to gad about freely, surely these Romans are righteous. Right. Do you know who copied that here? So-called slave owners. But guess what, though? Christmas wasn't celebrated here until 1870, well after slavery. So how could slave owners practice something that was outlawed in the land? Stop. Don't get me started on the backward narratives that these liars, fools, miscreants, and children of reprobate bastards will tell you. My cousin told me today, he said, don't be afraid, because he said, be confident, believe in yourself. So I will believe in myself, but I will always defer to the Most High God and his knowledge. See, I don't worry about if they can change frequency to change the way that I see a certain thing because I know the information is already present. Having said that, if this is the season of giving, why don't they give the earth the break that it deserves? Why don't they give the earth a jubilee? Why don't they wipe away all debt and make it as not? They could give that, couldn't they? Or is that not the way of business? But business is not what built this country. It's not. It's the enterprise of free labor. And that is not business. Because guess what? In a business, you pay the laborer. So in the season of giving, if they can't give that little bit, what do I owe them? What do you owe them? That's a fact. See, I'm not afraid to say these things because if I say them, that means that they've been said, they've been put forth. There is no denying the universe that which has already been done. Because you have not experienced it does not mean the universe has not provided it. So if I provide this information and it is not sought out, whose fault is that? Is it the fault of the universe or the fault of those that live within the universe that think that they sought out information? Come on, let me speak for a moment. In the season of giving, I've been given the best. Given the best. Well, no, I've been given the best because the gift of life is something that I've been given every day, repetitiously, going on 31 years. In so-called 20 days. My life has been blessed. You know what a blessing is? A blessing is an undeserved gift. No different than the bastard in the background who you may not be able to hear, who doesn't realize that the gift of life that he does not deserve has been given to him today. While someone else who may have been more deserving of life, it was taken away from. Having said that, I say to you, no lies. I tell you, no lies. There's no need for me to lie to you. Not even one. The season of giving. People go out here, murder, steal, rape, manipulate, cheat. They adulterate what is that should be pure. That's right. For the idea of a gift one time a year. And the rest of the year, they are a parasite. And they take. And they take, and they take, and they take some more. And they feel because I give this one point in the year that I'm actually righteous individual. Murderers give birth to children. Thieves and liars give birth to children. Because they give them gifts does not make them righteous. The wicked do right by the wicked as the righteous do right by the righteous. Again, could you tell me who's right or who's wrong then? Based on who's doing right by who, based on the standards of those who made those standards. So in the season of giving, I can give to a child, let's just hypothetically, I am the descendant of slave owners who held slaves. I can give to my child all that they desire because in this season, it is so-called the time to do such a thing. From a culture that I'm not truly from. Had I been from that culture, I would speak the language, i.e. Latin. Because what language did the Romans speak? See, when I say these things and I speak upon these subjects, and people will willfully brush off what I say, but allow a pink-skinned swine-tillion to render the same with pictures. Who is the bastard? You or they? Because I'm not involved in being a bastard and giving off useless information that only benefits what I look like. If I said that the Romans were black skinned, brown skinned with curly hair, very similar or just like mine, that means that these black people held slaves. And once in a year for an entire month, their slaves were their equals. Probably because what? They were people and they are your equals. It's a pagan holiday, they say, right? They'll even go as far as to say that Jesus was born in the spring. Couldn't have been right. It would have said he was born during the Passover or in the time of the Passover. Thank you very much. Their little brains can't perceive that. Jeshua, born in the time of the harvest, is a Libra at least, is a Scorpio at best. No? See, these are the type of things that I say. That's what you understand, right? Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Pisces, Aquarius. What's the next one? Aries, Taurus, right? Who's next? Is it Cancer? Yeah, I think so. Then Leo, yeah, right? Something like that. And that of that effect. Let me make my point and be very clear. If you believe that the Christ was born on December 25th in the so-called season of giving, then give yourself this much of a chance to be right. Show me where in which the hardship of it being cold was spoke about. No, I have it all wrong. I'm mistaken. If you look up the times of the ice ages, you will then understand that the ice age supposedly took place around the time where in which he was born. Stop. Let's go ahead and keep talking. People like 2,000 years ago, that's not right. Actually, that is about right. If you actually look into what they say about history, there's a bunch of different records of the Ice Age, and some of it have it being as recent as less than 2,200 years ago. Throwing my hands up. If I say that right there, do people get mad at me? In the season of giving, I'm giving them all that they can handle. I have to tell the truth. I cannot not tell the truth. If the Messiah was born at such a time when it was so cold, how did his people make that trip to Egypt? With what funds? Huh? With what means? Huh? You don't get it? Give me one moment. Mm-hmm. Google. Man. Bang, bang, bang. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Let me tell y'all something. And I just need y'all to understand this. No, 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 no. I'm not gonna read y'all no BS. I'm not going to read you anything that just benefits me in particular. The Little Ice Age that occurred from the 14th century to the mid 19th century. This is the one that they'll tell you about. Okay. Listen, that's from the 14th to the 19th century. It was cold way before that. I'm not going to try to look up the exact article that I found. Uh, because they want to say 18,000 to 80,000 years ago. We're not going to go. Listen, they can't even imagine that long ago. Okay. Over the last 2 decades, there has been a major breakthrough in our understanding of global temperature over the last 2,000 years. There we go. Bam. And copy. And it's not just this, one page. What's popping, bro? It's not just this one page. You know what I'm saying? It's not just this one page, y'all. It's not just that one page. There's way more than that. I've seen enough to read that they believe that the ice age there was an ice age as recent as 1800 years ago, 1700 years ago. Okay, for real, so-called ice age that they believe, because all the history of these places talk about being cold as fuck. Listen, you want me to believe that a man that was born in a time around the ice age, parents had the ability to travel and it's cold as fuck with an infantile to Egypt, of all places. Do y'all know how far Egypt is? You have to cross the river Jordan to get there, unless you go to the land of the Philistines. Anyway, man. Oh my God. How I know you have to go to the land of the Philistines in order to get there quickly? Because what did Moses tell? I mean, what did the Most High tell Moses not to do? Do not take the people to the land of the Philistines. Right on? Lest their heart fail and they return to Egypt, because of what they were going to see. Obviously, was about to be some crazy shit. Okay, then. So you can't tell me that Moses, who understood the geography of the land, could not have went to the land of the Philistines to get to a place. Understand me now, though. If Jesus truly, undoubtedly, was born at this time of the during the season of giving, during an ice age, at that, I keep a few things to myself. I've read enough. Once again, I'll tell y'all boldly and bravely, the earth is not no 18,000 years old. At most, it's 12,000 years old. At best, I'm willing to say that and stand on my square. Guess what? They can't prove this bitch is billions of years old. They can't prove none of that shit. They just say it. They'll tell you that the sun is bigger than the earth. There's no proof to that. How do you know the heavens are bigger than the earth? Right. Basic, basic, basic. Season of giving. I'm going to gift that to y'all. How would you know that? Unless you're for sure, undoubtedly, totally within your right mind to say, okay, this is the heavens. But there's less individuals coming from the heavens to do justice to the earth than that are already on the earth. So how could the heavens be larger than the earth? Riddle me that, Batman, Batwoman. However, having said that, the point being this: the Messiah was born in a time where in which the weather was amicable for travel. Yes, it was. The season of giving. Let's talk about the Maccabees again. Let's talk about how Judas Maccabees submitted to the heathen. And that's how we know that what they were doing was not righteous. Right? Judas Maccabees called the Romans righteous for all intents and purposes. But they're pagans, what they call now idol worshippers. And I'm supposed to be impressed. You're supposed to be impressed. Do y'all not see the problem? Do y'all not see the issue? No? Okay, let me break down the problem and the issue. If what the Maccabees were doing was actually biblically ordained, maybe it was because they delivered more up to death, right on, than their predecessors. And the group that we're with now are going to deliver way more up to death than their predecessors. The gift of giving, season of giving. If you go based on the book of Enoch, translated not by R.H. Charles, but by whoever, they give their understanding, their not even man-made, their Gentile-made understanding of when these things took place and try to line them up with history. But based on problematically is that the earth has not ended and there is not peace. There is no new heaven, no new earth. We're on the earth right now as it stands. And these things have not manifested nor happened. There has not been a great day of bloodshed wherein which the horses walk in the blood up to their breast. Right. That's an innumerable number of individuals being perished from upon the earth to create that sort of a circumstance. Right. See, I'm going to gift that to all the people because I figure it won't hurt me to tell them that. And I'm not going to go and be put in a situation that I ought not be put in because they know that. Ask yourselves this. If you truly, undoubtedly believe that the Most High God has shown us a prophecy where in which it should be fulfilled and it will be fulfilled in such a manner, how could you believe something that makes you or guides you to think anything other than that? Not the words that are in the book, but the titles that go above the words, trying to explain to someone like myself or to yourself that this is what it is. Give me one moment. In my old book of Enoch, like I told y'all, it said, written by R.H. Charles, translated by the Ethiopian. I have to get another one of those. I gave that version to my brother. I need that one back. This one right here is cool. It's not the same. But I enjoy this for seeing that the Gentiles tried to put their own stamp on things and to create doubt for those who believe in and on the Most High God. I need y'all to get this. I have no reason to tell you a lie about this. The season of giving is just that. It's a season. That means that after January 1st, because you can go if you're naturally a glutton and a bastard, go back to being that. If you're naturally a taker, go back to being that. But like Brother Andre would say, the only true natural takers on the earth are women and female entities. Not only do they take the seed and reproduce with it, but they're takers. They are devourers of resources. Most of them know this. The most wise of them know this. This is why they seek to get with the man who has resources that can be devoured, that he is continuously replenishing. Ah, see, nobody wants to hear my take on the matter, but my take is more full minded and more unbiased than most individuals. I have nothing to prove to anyone. Most of the people who will watch this later will think that he tried to down the Messiah or tried to shit on the Bible, which I did not. All I tried to do was point out to folks that there is something within these things that you have to accept. Mhm. No, if this is not the season of giving, why do you say Merry Christmas? Why do you even speak those words without knowing what it means to those who told you to say them? Why don't you speak on the fact that the Romans believed that it was a time where in which their slaves should be treated as equals? Why don't you say that during this time, I am your equal during the season of giving? Let me stop. I gave that to him for free. I know most won't read those articles. I know most won't read those links. Doesn't even matter to me. I laugh about it. I don't cry or get upset. I laugh. I am comforted in the fact that I have spoken the things that need be spoken. In 10 minutes, no more than 20, this message is over. Did they, in the season of giving, tell me that it's a pagan holiday? No, they didn't tell me that. I knew that already. I merely reiterated something that I believe that everybody already knew, and then told them things that I thought that they did not know, i.e., the fact that they believe that Jeshua might have been born in the spring, i.e., the fact that they celebrate Easter as their main celebration, talking about Catholics, because of what? They knew the Romans, the true Romans, not the Franks who took over, the Romans knew that they murdered the Messiah in the spring during the so called Passover in the month of New Corn. Ah, I know. Disconcerting for those who don't know, and for those who don't care, ah, they could throw it out their window. Allow them to do such a thing. As I said, they will not be able to contend that the universe did not have this information present and available because I have made it present and available. All the things that they're going to say to the Most High God and to his angels of judgment, I pray that many, if not all of the works that I have ever done, that I have left here to be seen, be brought to their attention, that they may see that there is one, just one, who cared so much to speak on these matters. Because I don't want them to escape from judgment. To say that things that were righteous were not brought to me, and I sought them out and I could not find. So I want the Most High God to show them this face, shadowed up and all, so that way they understand that there was one who told them. In the season of giving, my friends, see, listen, I give all the time, repetitiously, as I said earlier. I give my alms to the poor, okay? I give my wisdom to those who are seeking knowledge willfully. I give my time to this matter, not because it benefits me, not because I am made famous or made rich from it, but because, as I said, if I do not speak these words, then there shall be one who says that it was not made available to me. And I refuse to allow my God to be left on the hook for an unrighteous sinner's ways of ignorance. So I say right now again that they who are supposed to be you allowed your enemies into the promised land, allow those enemies, to allow those that they subjected to push you out of the promised land, to allow eventually the subjected of your enemies to become the face of your enemies. Christmas in this land was outlawed for a very long time, and the first official Christmas was not celebrated until after the Civil War. No, go look it up. See, because I have nothing to be afraid of, my death is inevitable. I will perish one day. That is inevitable. And I seek not to be made to live forever. So my fate I am comfortable with. Like I said, if there must be one who gives it all up for the people, let it be me. Because they're all afraid. They're all cowards and they're all afraid. They're too afraid to give up what little they have and have the audacity to say that they praise the Most High God. Let him take everything from me. All that I have, all that I love, and all that I will ever love, and take my life and my soul with it, that the people may see something righteous one time in their life. If that be the case, not worried about it. I've had individuals try to kill me for far less. So to die for a cause that is righteous bothers me not. But to have individuals who would come and say that they believe in and on the name of the Most High God, and they believe in and on the name of his Messiah, the Savior of man, his salvation, the chosen one, the anointed one, the elect one, Jeshua, the Christ, I refuse to allow them to say such a thing and to not stand by it. I believe in that. I live by that. I would rather die in that effort every day of the week. For then I would never question whether or not if I love the Most High God or not, because I know that I love the Most High God and that he has blessed me to live this long, to live just this life. Blessed are the righteous. Blessed are the meek. Blessed are the holy. Blessed are the anointed. Blessed are the chosen. Blessed are the elect. See, I have to speak this so that way people can hear. I'm not worried about what people don't want to hear. I'd rather them not hear it. God has given them more comfort in this land than they ought deserve. I laugh when they think that they've done more work than me. I've done work, like I told you. I've seen grown men, big, strong grown men at that, be broken from it and never work like that again. So I laugh when they think that it's the work that bothers me. Like I said, both of my parents born in the South. My father, Birmingham, Alabama. My mother, Greenville, Mississippi. You don't get more Southern than that. And they were taught their entire lives that a fat, white, fucking bastard slimmed down a chimney that you didn't even have because you grew up in a place with an outhouse and gave you presents. As my mother told my brother when he was a little boy, Santa Claus got shot with a 44, okay? Because he didn't knock on the front door. How about that? How about it? That's what happened to Santa. That's the season of giving I got for a fat white bastard who wants to break into my home and give me gifts that I don't know where the fuck you got them from. cold-hearted. I can't help it. This is all off the hip, all off the cuff. Yeah, that's right. A 44, brother. Okay. Okay. That's what he got hit with. They don't know. I've been doing this stuff for so long. I'm over it. I'm not even tired of the people not even hearing the message. I'm over it. I gladly welcome the invasion of those in the season of giving. Why don't America just give up its land to China since they own everything? Why don't they just give up to the Russians before they just, call all their sleepers and activate them? Why don't they just give up the land to the conquistadors who are trying to take over America again? No. See, I told y'all the return of the Khan. Oh man, I'm too cold. I shouldn't have told nobody nothing. Season of giving, y'all. I've been in the season of giving all year. Every year, that's all I do. Season of gifts. I gift the people with things that they might not think about, that they might not even consider. And I give them a chance to see it before it comes. They better not shut down America. If they do, it's going to benefit me. It won't matter. But they better not shut down America. Because for those it won't benefit, many more than me, it's going to be a hard, long, terrible, 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 horrible. It's going to be a fucked up road. That's about the best way I can put it. That's right, brother. Yes, sir. Look, black people, I salute y'all. Y'all know I salute y'all. Y'all know I care about y'all. I care about y'all more than I care about anything else, save for the Most High God and His Christ, save for His angels that are on high with Him. But since they are not on this earth physically, tangibly, you are the first recipients of the honor that I call love. Come on. Love is a form of honor. That's right. Hate is a form of dishonor. That's right. Because you either dishonor them or you dishonor yourself to hate. Don't worry, I'm learning as I go. I'm only 30. They forget. They think I'm 50. Right? They think I'm 60 or 70 saying this. That's why I laugh about it. I'm only 30. I'll be 31 next month. I'm still learning as I go. I've learned much more than most individuals will give me credit for having learned. I seek not to protect anyone who cannot protect themselves, that the Most High God deemed not worthy of protection. One of these days, you guys are really going to be on the other end of all the things that you have to take. In the season of giving, I need y'all to know that the season of giving is a 364, 18 parts a day, 7 days a week effort. Did you hear me? 364, 18, 7. Okay? 18 parts in a day. If any of you think you know more than Enoch, I laugh at you. If any of you think you know more than the Most High God, I laugh even harder. Okay? Uncontrollable laughter. You just can't see it. It's not on my face. But on the inside, I kick around like a little baby who heard the funniest joke they ever heard for the first time in their life. Now I know why Scribe used to say, my God. Because Scribe didn't know what God y'all believed in. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, the brother had it right. had it wrong. Not wrong as in he was wrong, but wrong as in there's people that you can deal with that you don't have to worry about trying to overdo you. Right on? Trying to outdo the message. That's not my plan. Most of y'all don't recognize or don't realize I've kept alive a message that wasn't my own message for many of years. Right. Why propagate these such things? And I say that. But when the man said, my God, even though sometimes I felt the tinge of offense, now that I'm older, getting older, I just realized he's just saying, I don't know what God they praise. Maybe they come here and they listen and they praise another God. Maybe they think they praise the Most High God, but they're willing and willful to accept Ishtar or Ashtar as their goddess. Excuse me, Father God, for speaking the name of those who I should not speak. Baalim, Moloch, yeah, right? Tarshish, Moshak, Tabal, yeah? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. My God, I don't know what God they praise. The God I praise doesn't have to ask me to do nothing because I already do most of those things. And what I won't do, what I'm not willing to do, he persuades me in his own ways. He gives me gifts that may be menial to another individual, but are of the maximum nature to myself because I'm forever grateful. I told y'all earlier that a blessing is an undeserved gift. I forget if it's mercy or if it's grace. Let's see real quick. Mercy. Wow. Mercy is kind or forgiving treatment of someone who could be treated harshly. So mercy is undeserved grace. And if I look up the word grace, simple elegance or refinement of movement, courteous goodwill, right on? Do honor or credit by one's presence. So mercy is undeserved grace. Can you dig it? A blessing is an undeserved gift. And mercy is undeserved grace. The season of giving for me is every day that I've lived. I have yet to live one day where the Most High God has not violated one of those or gone against one of those to save my soul alive or your soul. Let them be angry about it. The season of giving has been a teaching lesson and a reprimand to those who would speak against the Most High God with harsh words because he does not strike them dead. Mercy is undeserved grace, and a blessing is an undeserved gift. I tell you all this right now, and I leave and I head out. This week was one of the hardest weeks I've ever worked in my whole life, as far as my patience and my tolerance have been tested. And I made it out to the detriment of finding out that an individual who doesn't work nearly as hard as I, nor diligent, nor as good as I, is paid more money than me for the same job, where in which we're all supposed to get the same amount of money, and yet you pay them more money. When God finally brings back all that is righteous and shows to his saints the blessed things. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I have endured for so long and persevered for so long to see those that are less worthy to get their true comeuppance is going to be the laugh of laughs that I truly get to enjoy. May God be with those who believe in Him, and may He curse and destroy all those that question Him. Brothers and sisters, I'm done. In the season of giving, I have yet to give more, but today is just a day. Every day is my season of giving. I give every day that I am upon this earth, even when they do not see my effort. May the Most High God of glory be all praises given. May He be forever exalted by us lowly sinners who would love to be saints. I salute you guys, brothers and sisters. And I say, may tomorrow be better than today, and may next week be better than your last.